Celeste Headlee, We Need to Talk, How to Have Conversations That Matter. Get ready to unlock the secrets of successful communication with the insightful book, We Need to Talk, by Celeste Headlee. Discover why modern life has left us with bad conversational habits, how lack of empathy impacts our connections, and the vital importance of truly listening in an age of endless distractions. Learn the transformative power of open-ended questions, the art of active listening, and the importance of seeking common ground for even the toughest conversations. This summary is designed to help you understand and implement these strategies to build deeper, more meaningful connections with others in a world where effective communication is more important than ever.
The power of communication. Humans are dominant because of their ability to communicate effectively, yet in modern times, we have developed bad communication habits. Poor communication costs businesses billions of dollars and decreases empathy. Technology and social media contribute to this issue, and even the presence of a cell phone can negatively impact conversation. To improve communication, one must take responsibility for shaping an interesting conversation. Finding common ground. The story of Zernona Clayton and Calvin Craig teaches us that finding common ground can lead to successful conversations, even with those who hold opposing views. It's important to show respect, commit to the conversation, and listen to what the other person has to say. Disagreement is fine, but through empathizing with the other person's views, you might find surprising insights. Conversational Narcissism. The author of the book shares her mistake of providing a shift response instead of a support response during a conversation with her bereaved friend. The key message of the book is to avoid conversational narcissism by not assuming that you know what others are going through. Empathy sometimes makes us project our experiences onto others. The book suggests adopting a support response, which keeps the focus on the other person. Admitting ignorance might be a great first step in building trust in a conversation. Ask better questions, the power of listening in conversations. One of the most effective ways to encourage someone to open up in conversation is to ask open-ended questions that start with words like who, what, where, when, why, or how. It forces the person to think through a fuller answer, and it's a technique favored by journalists. However, the true power lies in listening to what the person says. Don't be afraid of silence and make sure not to woolgather. To engage fully in conversations, focus on what someone is saying at the moment and let the conversation flow. The art of active listening. Talking about ourselves triggers the same pleasure centers in the brain as eating, doing drugs, or having sex. Listening, on the other hand, is hard work and a skill that few possess. The key message is that listening is an active, learnable skill that can improve interpersonal communication. People communicate through more than just words. Nonverbal cues like tone and gesture are equally important. The key to active listening is to focus on the speaker, summarize their points in your head, and try to anticipate their next comments rather than planning your responses. Active listening isn't easy, but it is worth the effort. Conversational etiquette. Good conversations require good contributions. 3 tips for effective communication are to be brief, avoid repetition, and tell concise anecdotes. Effective communication is a two-way street that requires quality contributions from both speakers. While listening is essential, talking is equally important. The key to contributing positively to a conversation is to consider how you sound to the listener. 3 tips to help you achieve this are: be brief, avoid repetition, and tell concise anecdotes. Most people have short attention spans. Thus, it is imperative to avoid talking too much, causing your listener to lose interest. In public radio interviews, for instance, the interviews last 5 minutes or less, which is why they are full of fascinating information. To make a worthwhile contribution, you have to keep an eye on your listener. If they keep looking away or seem disinterested, it may be an indication that your story needs to be shorter. Repetition can be helpful for the speaker, but it is unhelpful for the listener because it bores them. No matter how much emphasis you place on a point, it will not be memorable if you repeat it too frequently. Rather than repeating yourself, try to develop fresh talking points to keep your listeners' attention. Finally, caution is necessary when telling anecdotes. It's frequent to assume that going into detail about something would make it more memorable for the listener. However, too much detail can derail the story, causing the listener to lose the plot. Thus avoid telling shaggy dog stories and communicate concisely during conversations. Thinking of giving your partner specific pieces of information is comparable to playing catch. In this case, if you threw multiple balls at the same time, it would be challenging for them to catch and recall any of them. The power of conversations. In her book, the author explains that having rewarding conversations is hard work, but getting them right benefits everyone. Conversations come in different types, and quality, not quantity, is what matters. Substantive conversations lead to happier students and healthier connections because they enhance empathy, which is on the decline among young people. Thus, empathizing and focusing on others in a conversation can positively impact everyone involved. From learning about other people's experiences and perspectives to volunteering and living longer, the benefits of quality conversations go beyond the chat itself.
As you reflect on the valuable insights gained from We Need to Talk, remember that good communication is the foundation of meaningful and genuine human connections. It's crucial to practice empathy, deep listening, asking open-ended questions, and respecting the listener's perspective. By overcoming modern life's bad habits and distractions, you'll find that conversations become more engaging, enjoyable, and productive. Recognizing the hard work it takes to have quality conversations will lead to better connections and ultimately a richer, more fulfilling life. Embrace the wisdom of this book and watch as the world opens up through the power of rich, meaningful conversations.